Okay, we'll be revising E-Maths today. We will so-called do paper 2 kind of questions. Now, whether it's paper 2 or paper 1, you will be given on the second page a formula sheet. So I just want you to be familiarized with what's inside the formula sheet, okay? Now, first of all, you have this compound interest formula, which of course you know will definitely come out. Compound interest, you just learned this year. Even if you learn in Sec 1, Sec 2, it will definitely come out. Okay, because you have 180 marks for your examination. Now, we'll go through this when we come to those questions, but you see for mensuration now, which is area and volume of your solids or figures, these are all the formulae that you'll be given. And now here, very importantly, you just learned this year, arc length. So theta must be in radians. Okay, we learned this. Half AB sine C is all here. Okay. Also your trigonometry, you have all these given here. This is the sine rule, and of course this is your monster rule, right? Okay, the last one you won't really be using it because you will only be taught in Sec 4. Okay, now let us begin. I'm going to go through certain questions with you. You can pause the video and try this first. Now, as I mentioned, there will surely be questions on expressing a single fraction. Okay, now you take a look at this question. Firstly, you have, let me see whether I can write something. Okay, you know that you will be given questions which will require you to, one fraction, this one algebraic fraction, this another algebraic fraction, right? They want you to combine these two finally into one single fraction. Alright, now there are many ways you can do this. So I'm going to show you probably just one or two ways. Okay, firstly, you notice that this is x minus 2y. Okay, we always look at the denominator because the denominator, if they are not the same, you cannot combine them together, right? Okay, so this is 2y minus x times 2y minus x because of this square here. So you need this to be 2y minus x, right? You need this to be 2y minus x so that you can combine them together. Okay, now how do we do that? Or is there any way to change this to something else? Actually, for this particular question, you can see that 2y, because of this square here, right? So 2y minus x, you go and square it. Whatever number here, this number minus this number, don't you agree? Actually, it's the same as this number minus this number. Because one of these will be plus, one of these will be minus. Then when you square it, the minus will so-called be cancelled out because minus times minus is plus, right? So for this particular question, I show you how it can be done, okay? We can actually just take, because you know that this and this are the same, right? So I can actually multiply this by this itself. That means x minus 2y. Wait, I cannot write. Hey, why written here? Okay, never mind. Okay, very funny. I write here, they write here, never mind. You know what I mean, Okay, so you times x minus 2y both to the numerator, denominator, you get this. Okay, this one I didn't do anything to it. Okay, now next one, right? I have here this times this. Okay? And when I multiply them, I at the same time combine this, which is here, and this. Now always remember, when there's a minus here, right, you must multiply not only by the first one, multiply by the second one as well. Okay? And after you have done that, you can combine the x terms together to get this, the y terms together to get this, and basically that's all. Okay? Basically that's all. All this means if you had worked it out another way and then you get this, right, it's also correct. Okay? So all these are like alternative answers. Okay, if you want, you can take a look at this. This is if you want to make this, that means if you use this method, right, it's because you didn't realize that this is actually the same as this. It's like, example 5 square, isn't it the same as minus 5 square? Because this value 2y minus x, right? You will definitely get a positive number, okay, or negative number. Whatever the number what I'm trying to say is the value, the absolute value, the number itself will be the same. Only one is plus, one is minus. You follow? Okay. So let's say you didn't realize it. So you know that, oh, I want to change this to minus. Then you will put a minus here. Correct? Okay. Then this will become minus 5 here. Okay, and if you do times 2y minus x, right, because you want 2y minus x, okay, then you go and expand, you will get the same answer. Okay, now go and practice this because it will surely come out. Making single fraction will come out either in paper 1 or paper 2. Now, let us now move on to our favorite topic. It's called indices. Okay, now indices is very simple if you know all the laws and don't get confused. Once we see this, we know already that this is 1. Okay, this is 1 now. Okay, this is just they copy the question. They copy the question. So we know that this is 1. The x is still there. This one don't need to do anything for now. Now, this part here, do you remember yesterday we mentioned that, oh, we want to make this positive first, okay, so that we can later divide. But then when you think about it, right, in order to make this minus 5 become 5, I flip, right? I flip. Okay, but then because of the divide here, I flip again. So it is as good as, you see, I flip because of the minus, I flip, right? Okay, originally it's like that, right? This one, the tip is upwards. I flip. Okay, then because of the division sign here, right? There's a division sign here. I flip again. So isn't it back to the same thing? It's back to the same thing, but with this being changed to times. Okay, I put a dot, and this minus becoming plus. Alright, and then I simply you don't go and expand power 5, like don't 5 times, no, we don't do such things. You don't go and do that, because you know why I keep it in this form. Later this and this can cancel. Alright, and remember, this is the root. Okay, cube root, right? Roots are found underground, remember? Roots are found underground. So it's like a fraction. You put your root underground. Originally here, what's the number? 1. Okay? Got it? But then because there's a 5 here, you times the 5 here and times the 5 here, right? There's a power 1 here. That's why this is power 5. And times 5 times 1/3. That's why you have 5/3. So that'll be your final answer. Okay, now even if the question doesn't say leave your answer in positive index, you must leave in positive index. Okay, now inequalities, we definitely have inequalities, correct? Because you just learned this kind of what we call simultaneous inequalities. Why simultaneous? Because they're all joined together, meaning to say that this will form one inequality here, and this, that means first and second one inequality, second and third another inequality. Okay, now after you have done this, it's like your it's like your normal algebra, right? You make all the denominators the same. So how to make all the denominators the same? Oh, you have 4, I have 3. We both must have 4 and 3, so I times 4. That's why I get this. You have 4, you have 3, so 4 times 3 is 12, right? Not 12. Sorry. This one is 4, 8, 12. Something wrong, is it? Oh, they do like that. Okay, never mind. They didn't do the way that I did. Okay, never mind. This fella, right? They go and take this times this to get this times this to get this. Okay, then there is still this thing here. Okay, then they times another time. Or actually they didn't times another time. Okay lah, never mind. In order not to confuse you, the working is like that. What I mentioned just now, right, is you can change all Okay, my working here is different from this following working. You just see, then I have 12, right? So I times 12 times 12, I'll get 60, right? I'll get 60. Then this one I times 3, I times 3. Then I will have all denominators same, then I can forget about the denominators, right? Okay, so that's one way. If you don't want, right, then you just multiply 4 on both sides. You will get this and this, okay? Leaving this the same. Then now what we do, right, is we take this, all the x you leave on the left. Then you minus 3x on both sides. You will have this. Okay, then you don't want this minus 20 here, right? You plus 20 both sides, 20 plus 1 here, then 20 plus 20 minus 20 here, you will get this. Okay, then you will end up with this. Alright. So sorry. Okay, so you have one set of inequality already. Okay, you leave this here for a while because you need two. You need this and this. So now we try and solve this. This thing same. You cross multiply. Okay, I think you all are very good at this. And you put all the x at one side. So you minus 20 both sides, 20x both sides, and then minus 5 both sides, you will get this. Divide by minus 5. Remember, when you divide by minus sign, the sign will change sign. So it will flip. Alright, so this part you must be very careful because every time students will make mistake here. Now, how do you combine these two together? If you're asked to draw the number line, right, then you need to draw the number line. Okay, smaller number must be always written to the left, bigger number on the right. Okay, and if this is k, you write k. If this is x, you write x. If this is m, then you write m. Okay, follow. Now, they say x less than or equals to 9, so you must shade. And then you shoot long, okay? And this is x greater than minus 3 and a 4/5, so you go the other side. Okay, draw long, and the overlapping part. Why we take the overlapping part? Because this overlapping part is telling us that both are true. Okay, both are true. That's why it's an n. Then now what's your answer? My x must lie between this number and this number, right? So I write in the middle. This will be here. Always remember smaller number to the left, bigger number to the right. Do not in the exam write the other way, okay? Then when do I put the equal and when do I not put the equal? Actually, it all came from here. Okay? This part here has equal sign. This part here doesn't have. Okay, but I already indicated here, so you just follow. Okay, so this has equal. Why? Because there's an equal sign here. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now, after this, right, sometimes the question may ask you, what are all the even numbers that satisfy this inequality? Okay, so if they ask you to write down the even number, then this will be, you don't take negative number as even, okay? So this will be the even numbers that you know. And then what are the odd numbers? Then you restate all the odd numbers. That means your answer must be, or let's say they say, what are all the square numbers? Then you just state all the square numbers, alright? Now, confirm there will be a question. You know, in lower sec, every exam without fail, there is a question that requires you to use the quadratic formula. Now you will notice that in your A maths formula sheet, right, there is this quadratic formula, but in E maths don't have. Okay, don't have. They expect you to know it by heart. So those of you who don't know the quadratic formula by heart, let me just write it down here. It is x equal minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, now in the exam, when you are given questions like these, you must write down the numbers that you substitute into this. Later I will show you. Okay, if you don't write down, you simply press your ABC on your calculator and then you write the two answers, right, you will not get the full marks. Okay, they expect you to show working. Now, you can pause and try and see whether you can solve this question or not. Okay. Now, a small pump fills a swimming pool in X hours. A water truck. So there are two things. The first one is a small pump. The other one is a water truck. And it's the same pool. Alright? So one is X hours. The other one is it faster or slower? Less time, right? So actually it's faster. Of course, a truck. Of course, fill the pool faster than a small pump, right? Now, write an expression in terms of X for the fraction of the pool that is filled up in 1 hour by the small pump. So you can write things like that. One pool, right? You will take how long? You will take X hours. So you see, mathematics very simple one. You try to translate. Like your Google Translate like that. Google Translate, you know. Google Translate, So you type in French, German, right? Then suddenly they come out English, right? So what you need to do, you are a translator. You are like a translator like that, okay? Working for some embassy, Then they speak in English, okay? But you need to translate it to mathematical language. So that's what you do, lor. One pool. Okay, you take X times X hours. So 1 hour how? Of course must divide by X. So this will be 1 hour. Divide by X, it will be 1X of the pool. Finish. Very simple. Okay, so that's all. Normally, unless it's like percentage, profit, this kind of question. Normally, the second part is the same method. Okay, what do I mean? One pool like that, right? So, sorry. One pool, X minus 8 hours. Please put brackets, very, very important. So, I want 1 hour, right? Because they asked me for 1 hour. Okay, lor. Then I divide by X minus 8. So this is X minus 8 of the pool. Finish. Okay? So that is why we get this answer here. Now the next part normally is involving these two that you have found. Alright, it's a proving part of the question. So you must make sure these two parts are correct before you move on to the next part. Otherwise, you are just wasting time. Okay? Now, given that the time required to fill the two pools using both the pumps concurrently, that means at the same time this is something like simultaneously at the same time, okay, is 65 minutes. Be very careful. This 65 minutes, right, you must check whether the units are compatible or not. That means are we talking about the same type of units? So if you refer to the previous part, we're talking about hours, but now we're talking about minutes. Different, right? Okay, so we are not going to change this to minutes, okay, waste time. You change this instead. Convert this to your hours. Okay, this will be 65 over 60 of an hour. Alright, and this actually, if you want to reduce to simplest form, you press calculator, this, right, they will tell you is this. Okay, now next, how do you continue? You will see that this is the time, the fraction, right? The fraction of the pool that's filled. The fraction of the pool that's filled. So don't you agree that 1 over x minus 8 plus 1 over x, right, is equals to this? Actually, it's like that. You see whether you understand or not. Let's see. Yeah, see, I can put this thing here now. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Okay. This one is very good. This notes is very good. This Microsoft Word not so good. Okay, so you see, color some you see very good. Okay, so I will do some notes here. Can you see actually the time for the truck to fill up alone plus not the time, sorry, the fraction that the time the truck takes, right, and the fraction that the small pump takes alone, right? Okay, must be equals to the total time that they take all together. The fraction the fraction, correct or not? One pull out of this total time. Then this total time just now we found it here already, right? Okay, now isn't this just this? And then later I just cross multiply. Okay, but actually what you can do is you can flip this also, flip this, then you do. Okay, don't need to do this method also can. But now you try and see whether you can work out and get this. Okay, okay, I move on. This part here. Now, even if part A, part B, you also don't know how to do, right? You can still do this. Okay? Remember the formula x equal minus b, right? This is your... Wait Microsoft Word not so good. So, this is your minus b, there b, plus minus square root b square minus 4ac all over the 2a, correct? Then you will definitely get two answers. Okay, now do not reject the answer here. Okay, do not reject the answer here and take note what accuracy they want. Okay, it's not always 3SF. It's only 3SF if they never say. Okay, but now they did say that they want 3 decimal places, so you must leave it as 3 decimal places. Okay, otherwise we will minus your marks in the examination. Yeah. Okay, now then you reject. Okay, here then you reject. Why reject? Because x must be greater than 8. Why x must be greater than 8? Let us see this part here. Do you remember you have here x minus 8 here. If you don't have x minus 8 then you will have problem already lor. Okay, can what do I mean by have problem? You cannot have negative hours, right? 0 point something minus 8 is negative hours, so cannot have. So always check back your original to see whether it works or not. Okay, now let us move on. After that you work out, right? And then I need to show you how to, from here, right? This you can just simply press calculator and all that. You get the answer already from the previous part. Then you minus 8, right? Because it's x minus 8. You follow? It's x minus 8. But after this, right? How do I change this to hours and minutes? Because they want hours and minutes. This is 1 hour. No problem already. Okay? There, 1 hour here done. But how to change this? You just take 0.227, right? You go and times 60. Okay? You will find that actually it's 14 point something. Then you can round off to 14 minutes. Alright, so you must know how to do the conversion for this. Now this conversion is important because we can test you on conversion in paper 1 or in paper 2. Alright, so this is important. Normally I can come out in paper 1 or paper 2, but normally in paper 2, because if you are required to this kind, okay, this kind they can have speed time involved, right? Then you will need, okay. Now let's take a look at this particular question. Now there is this horizontal length, okay, so you have here, this north here, right? This is north here, then this is PQRS, and then all these are given to you already. This angle, this length, this length. Check where's your north. Your north is here. Very straightforward. See carefully in the exam, okay? Sometimes the Nanchao north is like that. Sometimes Nanchao north is like that. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. Okay? But it has never been like that lah. Okay, maybe this year they will set pointing downwards, that's north. Okay, so you see carefully. Okay, now the first part, I tell you this is what question? Trigonometry, right? Okay, so trigonometry, let me now show you some notes. Trigonometry, very simple one. Okay, see, trigonometry, you must think in your brain. You must think, oh, trigonometry. Okay, you can draw it out if you want. You first of all look out for right angle triangles. Got right angle triangle or not? Okay, trigo questions. That means bearings. What you call that? 3D diagrams. So there are two cases. The first one is if it's right angle, and the second one is if it's not right angle. So in your mind, can you now try to recall? If it's right angle, what do you do? Very easy. We use our Pythagoras friend, Sec 2 work. Okay, Pythagoras cannot work, then you use your Tuakaso friend. Okay, Tuakaso friend cannot work, then you use A equals half times base times height. But of course, this A equals half times base times height, normally it doesn't work on its own. It works with another friend here, okay, which is the not right angle triangle case. Okay, so let's say it's right angle, you will use this. If it's not right angle, you will have to use firstly, see whether can use sine rule or not. That means the friend one. Cannot, then you use the monster, the cosine rule. Still cannot, then you use the A equals to half, also like monster like that. AB sine angle C. This is the angle, not a length, the C. Okay, so basically it's like that. Follow. Okay, now we take a look at this question. What do they want? All the angles are given. Very important. The other day I just mentioned PSR is obtuse. Where is PSR? PSR here. This angle here is obtuse. Here obtuse, right? Okay. So if there is obtuse, then very easy already. What? They want you to calculate the length of the fence. A fence is built along PR. PR, they build a fence. That means they only want you to find this length. So easy. Firstly, think, is it a right angle triangle? Of course not. Right angle triangle means 90 degrees. There's no 90 degrees here, so it's not right angle triangle, right? Okay. Secondly, because it's not right angle triangle, right, it must be, you think of sine rule. Does it, we have to find this length. Do you have a friend here? Do you know this angle? We know this one, but we don't know this one. This one has a friend, you see. This sine 38.7 over this. Okay, they have a friend. But then this doesn't have a friend. So how? So we say that we cannot use this triangle. Cannot use this triangle, yeah? Because even cosine rule, this is the victim, right? The monster rule, This is the victim, the monster is here. This is one of the arm. The monster only has one arm. How to attack? Cannot attack people, what? So it's fine. Okay, cannot use the monster rule. Alright, so we exclude this triangle. Don't look at this triangle. Now, if you cannot use this triangle, definitely it has to be this triangle already. Okay. Now we see sine rule can use. We have a friend here. Very good, we can use. But that's all. Because this fella has no friend. So cannot use sine rule. Then we think of the monster. Is there a monster there? Yeah, there's a monster. The monster is here with the tongue, then the two arms, right? This is the victim. The victim is what we want to find. So very simple. You take square root. Okay, you remember this diagram? I can take a picture. I'm going to show you the answer. Immediately. Square root. Okay, then the one of the arm square, the other arm square, plus is the first part is like Pythagoras theorem. Then you minus away. Okay, then we catch the monster already. You cut away the two arms. You must have a 2 here. Some of you in your work you forget your 2. cut away the two arms, then cosine rule, right? You cut away the tongue, 57.3. Then you will have, there 57.3 is the tongue, right? You cut away. Yeah, then you will have this, and then you round off, finish. How many marks they give? They will give, they didn't say. Okay, never mind lah, huh? Yeah, it's here. It's very stingy, only give 2 marks, huh? Don't worry, in the O level they'll give you more, okay? So now we go to the next part. Bearing of S from P. How to find bearing of S from P? From P, this from P, right, means you are at P. You throw yourself at P, okay? You throw yourself at P, you stand at P, you stand at P, you look north, okay? You look north, then you turn clockwise, until you see S. You follow? Until you see S. So let's go there first. From P, let me come here. Okay, then you must see where's your north, you know. You stand at P, okay? Then you look north. Look north means you point parallel to north. Okay, some students thought that it's like that. Some students thought that it's stand at P because from P then look north. They thought it's like that. Look north. No lah, not like that. This is like your east already. So you must, north is this side, right? You must look north. Okay? Look north, then you turn. So this is the angle that you want, turn. I turned too much. They want what? They want S, right? Okay. So they want S. Here only lah. Okay. So you stand at P, look north. Then you turn until you see the S. Then this is the angle that you want. So you actually need to draw. You need to draw a line that's parallel, right? You need to draw one, you know. Then you can see maybe you got alternate angle or whatever. So you draw here. Then you can find the angle. Okay. So now the big question is how to find that angle. Okay. How to find the angle? You know what I mean? This is what you have, the north, right? You can actually draw another north here. You can actually draw another north here. So I show you the working. You try and figure out this part here, okay? Because there's a diagram here already. I put here. Okay, so can you see north here being drawn? Everyone is looking north. You follow? Okay. If you want, you can put N1, N2, N3 lah, but actually not necessary lah. They are all pointing north. Understand? So if you look at it, what must we find first? We now see, I already know this, you know. You must actually update on your diagram, PR. There's a reason why they ask you to find PR. Confirm this you label this, okay? You don't label this, you label this on your diagram, because definitely you will need to use this. If not, they ask you to find this for what? You need to do this. So PR, you go and find, right? You go and find this value, okay? You not say you find this value. You go label this value. Then now, don't you see that you can? Now you know this and this. They are actually friends, right? And this, they are friends, right? So you can use sine rule. Okay, this part here must be very careful because this question, they tell you that PSR is obtuse, right? So when you go and cross multiply and then you go and sine inverse, you will get on your calculator, you see, you see. Actually, we have explained this before, inverse sine, right? Is this, by the way, is this radian or degree mode? Very important. So you can see now they are all in degree. So you must change your calculator mode to degree mode. Follow? Okay, I cannot focus. Okay, so what you do is you sine inverse, right? 0.84, 691, then you will find that, it's 57 point, 57 point something, right? But then, the answer that we give, right, is not, we go and take 180 minus 57.8. Why like that? Because the question tells us PSR is obtuse, remember? Yeah, you see? So that's why just now I asked you to underline this. This is important. Here. Okay? So, what you need is to write very carefully. Here, that PSR here is 100 plus. It cannot be 50 plus. Such a big angle, correct? Then, after that, you take, in order to find SPR, right? You know where's SPR? SPR here. You want to find this angle. Why you want to find this angle? Because because later I show you because you find this one first. SPR, right? You use angle sum of triangle, you will get this. Alright. Now, how do we find the alpha here? This alpha here, is, if you were to use angles at a point, is 360 minus this whole angle. Okay? Why is that so? Later I show you. Okay, now this is the whole solution already. There are a few ways to do it. Bearing of S from P is actually this angle that you want, right? Can you see that it's 180? Okay, minus away this. Minus away this, and minus away your 38.7. Now, what is your 38.7? It is this angle here. Okay? And finally, you minus 19.178. Now, what's the reason? The reason is interior angles of parallel lines. And can you see that because this angle is what we call less than 100 degrees, right? Okay, so you have 3 digits, right? So you must put 099, and because it's not an exact answer, you must put a 0.5 there. Okay? Yeah, you take some time to so-called digest this. Okay, if you don't understand, you PM me. Okay, then I will explain again. Now, this is the so-called difficult part. Now, there is another way using alternate angles. Now, alternate angles and interior angles, you can only use them if you have parallel lines. So in this case, we do have parallel lines. Where do the parallel lines come from? It came from the fact that these two north, the north, right, they are all parallel. Okay, so that's why you can use your alternate angles and interior angles. So this is the second method. You take a look at it. Okay. Alright, now let's take a look. Bearing of S from P. Now, can you check, is the answer correct? Bearing of S from P. It is. You take a look, okay? Then I'm going to continue. Wait, no more already. Oh, sorry, the last part. This part here, right? You're going to take a look. Those who think is correct, you message me. You think is wrong, you message me also, okay? I am going to do another video and then I'll come back to this. Then I'll tell you who is correct, okay? Now, the next part, right, they want you to find area of the PQR. PQR is here, right? PQR. Now, that's very simple. The monster is here. Half AB sine C. Okay, that's all. Okay, I'll end the video here. I'll make another one soon. Thank you.